Good morning. This is our devotion for today. We will start out with John chapter 11, verses 47 through 50, and then verse 53, and then we'll jump to chapter 18, verses 1 through 3, and 12 through 14. Then the leading priests and Pharisees called the high council together. "What are we going to do?" they asked each other. "This man certainly performs many miraculous signs. If we allow him to go on like this, soon everyone will believe him. Then the Roman army will come and destroy both our temple and our nation." Caiaphas, who was the high priest at the time, said, You don't know what you're talking about. You don't realize it is better for one man to die for the people than for the whole nation to be destroyed. So from that time on, the Jewish leaders began to plot Jesus' death. Now I will go to chapter 18, verses 1 through 3 and 12 through 14. After saying these things, Jesus crossed the Kidron Valley with his disciples and entered into a grove of olive trees. Judas, the betrayer, knew this place because Jesus had gone there with his disciples. The leading priests and the Pharisees had given Judas a contingent of Roman soldiers and temple guards to accompany him. Now, with blazing torches, lanterns, and weapons, they arrived at the olive grove. So the soldiers, their commanding officer, and the temple guards arrested Jesus and tied him up. First, they took him to Annas, the father-in-law of Caiaphas, the high priest at that time. Caiaphas was the one who had told the other Jewish leaders, "It's better that one man should die for the people." Now we will turn to Luke chapter 22, verses 66 through 71. At daybreak, all the elders of the people assembled, including the leading priests and the teachers of religious law. Jesus was led before the high council, and they said, "Tell us, are you the Messiah?" But he replied, "If I tell you, you won't believe me. And if I ask you a question, you won't answer. But from now on, the Son of Man will be seated in the place of power at God's right hand." They all shouted, "So you are claiming to be the Son of God?" And he replied, "You say that I am." "Why do we need other witnesses?" they said. "We ourselves heard him say it." Even while they're confronted point blank with the power of Jesus' deity, some still refuse to believe. We see that even today. The eyewitnesses not only reject Jesus, they planned his murder. They were so hard-hearted, they found it easier to reject God's Son rather than to admit that maybe they had been wrong about this. Pride comes before the fall. Beware of pride. If allowed to flourish in us, it can lead to enormous sins in our lives. Jesus was betrayed by many people that night. It begins with Judas and leads right into the kangaroo court that Jesus was taken into with the Sanhedrin. These men had already made up their minds about Jesus before he ever arrived because he challenged their authority. They were prepared with lies and false accusations to justify themselves, and Jesus offered them a relationship to each and every one of them, and they all rejected it. The Sanhedrin rejected this relationship out of pride. They couldn't bear to say that they were wrong. Don't allow pride to control your life. Rather, put everything into Christ's charge. Then you will know what true joy and happiness are. I hope you have a good day today.